Chief Captain Ive here, miles and moments in a 122 years old piece of real estate where history was birthed. This is Kitty Hawk Island in North Carolina. This same workshop or hangar is where the first flight glider or prototype was built, with the resilience of two Wright brothers, Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright, with the gentleman who made the mechanic who made their engine. So don't forget to subscribe to Miles and Moments. Subscribe, like us, share, comment as I take you through the journeys to walk or drive where history was made. I cannot explain the feeling. 122 years old piece of real estate where history was made. As an aviator, this means a lot to me. It means a lot to the story I'm doing today. It is just awesome. Subscribe, like, comment.
Miles and moments, miles and moments. All we have is miles and moments, miles and moments, miles and moments. All we are.
There she comes, majestically.
The miles stretch long, the moments flash bright underneath stars in the deep blue night. Every turn whispers, every step calls through every rise, through every
The 737 class. I'm excited. I can't wait. Chief Captain here. Miles and Moments.
Bring your seats up and move your tray tables and video monitors. If you've adjusted your headrest or footrest, please keep those
feet on the ground, the wheels keep spinning. A map in my head, but the lines keep thinning. Clouds break apart like dreams unwinding. The road ahead, a story finding. Miles and moments, miles and moments. All we have is miles and moments, miles and moments, miles and moments. All we are is miles and moments. Oh, city lights fade into the rear view, chasing horizons where the sky feels new. Time is a river, and where it stands, questions keep.
Hi guys, finally in my room. It's midnight, very cold, but I'm grateful. We slept very close to the airport. There's a Hilton hotel next to the airport, and Chief Captain is very good at getting nice hotels at very good prices on Expedia. So Yes, I'm in a very lovely room, but it did not break my wallet. So yes, very hungry. So just checking in and then going out to get something to eat before I can retire to bed. Looking forward to tomorrow. Have a good night.
Good morning, my viewers. Miles and Moments here. Chief Captain Ayub. We are ready to set sail to North Carolina, fast in flight. So, the morning after the chilly late night, woken up, ready to leave. This is Washington, D.C., the Hilton, next to the airport. We decided to try a new car of choice. Yep, the road is good, so we're not worried about getting a rugged car for the drive. So we believe she's gonna give us good service. So we're setting sail, ready to go to North Carolina. See you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, make sure to share, drop us a comment, even as I take you through where North Carolina.
Unaona hii ni kiosk. Hii ni kiosk. Hii place ni ocha. Hii inakaa tu kiosk kama uko Kuisero.
Kama Kuisero.
Ukiona utu mini mart. Tunawanga na mama mmoja anauzanga. Huo ndo kingpin.
Ndio manager, ndio kila kitu.
Hii ndio hiyo kiosk.
Ati Kuisero, Homosa Lapa.
Uuu, umekuza ndipo.
Emuhunzu luyote.
Sasa. North Carolina.
North Carolina. Honestly, hizo ni kiosk kabisa. Assuming umeingilia stendi kisa. Sasa unaelekea kuuza hapa. So hizo ba shopping center zenye unapita zenye hazina stima.
Hapo sasa.
Ni hapa sasa ti hapa. Oh my goodness. You made my day. This trip.
Hata huku kuna kakuisero fulani.
Kuna kakuisero tu fulani tu ni jina tu imetengenezwa inaitwa North Carolina. Hakuna ni kuisero tu fulani.
Oh my God.
Angalia.
Imagine kiosk. Hapo sasa ndo kuna ile sconzi ya yellow.
Exactly, ndio hizo. The shop is here and a small shopping center. Virginia is a rural state, so getting ourselves in a shopping center takes a bit of time, and we were a little bit not so sure of where we'll go. So when we took a wrong turn, it brought us to a small shopping center, and we found a couple of eateries. So let's eat breakfast before we continue. Oh, by the way, we are in East Virginia because there's East Virginia and West Virginia. We're in East Virginia. Let me just straight on this one. Okay, grab something, then step on the road, on the gas. The question, what if, is a good question if asked in a positive way. This is what these two brothers asked themselves 122 years ago. What if we can go beyond the skies? What if we can live off the ground? What if we can live from the ground and go high and remain in the air? The question was one. 122 years ago, they dared, they dreamt, they looked up, and eventually they succeeded. I am talking about the Wright brothers, Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright, and their mechanic. The mechanic who successfully designed and made the engine of the first heavier than aircraft that flew, that made the first flight, that has transformed the history of man. What if is the right question to ask. Today I'm honored to be at the Wright Brothers National Museum. not only as an observer, but also as an aircraft mechanic licensed and a pilot licensed. I'm honored to wear the badges every day for my work. I'm honored to have these badges every day in my daily work. The badges that bears the names and the photos of these great men. The badges of Charles Taylor. A badge with Charles Taylor on my... The badge with a photo of Charles Taylor, who's the first aircraft mechanic, the father of aircraft maintenance, and the Wright brothers. I am honored to have that every day as I do my daily duty. As an aviator enthusiast and a travel enthusiast, today, Miles and Moments brings you to this park. Join me later as I walk you through all the park, because today is the 122nd year's commemoration of the Wright brothers who dared to fly, who asked themselves, what if? So when you ask yourself, what if, especially with a positive mindset, it will change history. It will change the course of history. What if? What if is a good question to ask with a positive mindset. Miles and Moments here, Chief Captain Ayu. I'll be walking with you and I'll give you more highlights and more insights as we walk through the park. See you later. Such a beautiful day as this. Yeah, this is where the history happened. Fast food happened.
Every bit of it was due to him hard work.
As I wear the badges every day in my daily duty work, bearing the photos and the names of them who dared 122 years ago. I'm proud to be part of this ceremony. Today is the 122nd anniversary of the Wright brothers' first flight. And today I'm honored to honor the three men who are directly involved and the rest of the men that were involved also that probably were not mentioned. As a licensed pilot, I'm honored to wear a badge that has the photos of those two gentlemen, the Wright and the Olive Wright, who flew the first flight over here every day. And as a licensed federal mechanic, I wear a badge every day. Sorry, a license every day on my chest as I work, bearing the photo of the first mechanic, Charles Taylor. I'm honored to be here today. I am proud to be here today. I am happy to be here today, honoring the 122nd year memorial. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm almost overwhelmed. This is beautiful. This is the exact place where that happens. Exact place. That pillar over there, that's where the whole thing started. And it flew for 120 feet for 12 seconds. Up to where that border is. I'll turn the camera around and say it again. Pillar over there, that's where the whole thing started. That's where the first flight started. Came all the way for 12 seconds to where the border is. 120 feet. Right there, the exact position where this aircraft is flying. The exact place where the flight is following the path of that pillar. The big pillar behind that barn where the barn actually is now where the big pillar, that's where the flight took place and landed where the third stone is. So they've been numbered 1, 2, 3. I think Sunday is 122 years later. This is the center and where the memorial service happened. The views never happens. Today, Miles and Moments is coming to you right at where history happened 122 years ago. This day, on 17th December 1903, at 10:30 a.m., a day like today, a time like this, the first flight ever happened. It is called the first powered flight heavier than wind craft. It happened. So this is the prototype itself, the exact size, with the people who are involved, with the monuments of people involved, the exact, the actual sizes. Okay, we are in North Carolina, Kill Devil Hill, at an island called Kitty Hawk Island. That's where we are. Miles and Moments is coming to you from this place. I am Chief Captain Ayub, Miles and Moments. So today we are at a place where history happened. This is where history happened. And today I learned a few things when I came here. The Wright brothers they had been doing that for 4 years before they achieved their first flight. And after the first flight, they did not give up. They kept going because they failed a couple of times for 4 years, but they went ahead. Let me introduce you to the people who are here. On this board, it clearly shows. This board clearly shows the people that were involved during the first flight. I'm trying to take a picture of it. Okay, there's Wilbur Wright, who is the brother to the Orville Wright, who flew the prototype. Wilbur Wright and Orville Wright were called the Wright brothers. There's this gentleman called John T. Daniels, the photographer, and there's this gentleman called Will Dog, who was an observer. And there's another gentleman called W.C. Brickley and Adams, and there's a Johnny Moore. Johnny Moore is a 16-year-old boy who lived on the banks of the shore, or the banks, and he was just catching fish. And he showed up where history happened. Guess what? He became part of the history of the first flight. He is depicted on. He is a boy over there. A barefoot boy over there. Yep. So this is the photographer. Let me reduce my focus. The photographer. That is Wilbur Wright, cheering his brother as he fly. And that is Orville Wright, the one lying on the prototype, flying the whole thing. So these are two brothers. These are the famous Wright brothers. And this is the path, 120 feet, where the flight happened. This is a prototype, but we are in the real place where it happened. I'll take you down there. So this history happened right here. So this is the boy who was the observer, and the people who were involved. So you realize how many people were involved in the event. The people involved in the event, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people involved in the event. But there was an observer who was the boy, the fisherman boy, who joined the event and joined the book of history. Guess what? People just know the Wright brothers are 2. But guess what? There are 3 Wright brothers. The other Wright brothers didn't bother what the brothers were doing. Or probably was just discouraged. And eventually he did not show up in the book of history. But a fisherman boy who came to see what was happening in history became part of history. So sometimes when somebody has a dream and they're trying to fulfill their dream, be part of the encourager. Encourage them. Support them. Don't discourage them. Support them. So because the boy came here to support and encourage the Wright brothers on that material day, he becomes part of history. One of the Wright brother who was just at home, not even bothered of what's happening, and things happening right in their house with their brothers, He didn't show up on the history books. That is how opportunities are missed. So sometimes you could be in the land of opportunity, busy complaining and discouraging people. Opportunity will miss you. You could be where opportunities are full and history is happening, and you just miss them because of your either wrong attitude or I don't know what to say. Today I learned a very, very important lesson when I came in this memorial ground. And the engine here was made by the father of aircraft mechanics. This engine here was made by Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor is the one who fashioned this engine here. Because before these, the people were gliding in the air a few distances. But this was the first flight. When you say the first flight, what do you mean? The first flight is basically the first flight of heavier than air aircraft that was powered by an engine. That is what went in history. So this is the prototype. We will walk and see. This is the park. We'll walk and see where the whole thing exactly happened, where this happened, because this is a prototype that has been put here. And then we will walk to that hill. It's called Kill the Devil Hill. That's where the monument is. The Wright Brothers, that's their monument here. It's called Kill the Devil Hill. That Kill the Devil Hill is a dune that was there that these guys were using, because on the other side they were they were using it for the winds, because flight, if you in aviation you understand, flying involves winds. You fly into the wind, you land into the wind. So this dune really helped them for the winds during their first flight. The first flight happened on the other side of the dune. And this is just a prototype of exactly what happened, with the right sizes of people and right sizes of everything. It is cold, that's why you realize these guys are in coats. Today is very cold. The day just became warmer. So walk with me as we record this video of Miles and Moments. Like the video, subscribe to the video, to the channel, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, share, comment, even as we walk to the places where history happened. And it happened to be the 122nd year since this first flight happened. This is the board depicting of the very day. This is the photograph that happened on that very day. These are the hangars. We'll see them physically there. One of them is the hangars where they kept their prototype, and one of the house where they lived. It is across the hill on the other side. So if you can read here with me, it is 12 seconds that changed the world. The flight took 12 seconds on December 17th, 1903 at 10:35. The Orville Wright is the one who was captaining it. And it took 120 feet flight. So this is their story right here. This is the story right here when they built this memorial so many years down the line after that. And this is the exact prototype here when they were coming to do it. This sand dune in the background, it is that dune over there that's called Kill the Devil Hill. And this is the family of the brothers. The father was called Tet. Yeah, in the front of the Kitty Hawk office here. And just across the road, here, these are the photos of those days. It's called Big Kill Devil Hill. Big Kill Devil Hill is when they were carrying the prototype to the hill where they'll do the first flight. Now that's why this place is called Kill Devil Hill. So this is when the exact flight happening on that very day, a day like today, a time like now, and then this is their activities. These guys used to be farmers. By the way, we are in North Carolina, Kitty Hawk Island, and the place is the rural area. This place is not in town. It's a rural area. So we'll share some of the videos while we're driving to this place. So Wilbur Wright and Olive Wright have a monument 15-feet monument up on that hill. I'll get time and go show you. This is the historic hill where the Wright brothers used the dune. The hill they call it the Kill the Devil Hill, the big Kill the Devil Hill. This hill is just a heap of sand dune that has been preserved. It's been there and it's been preserved. And on top of it, there's a monument for the Wright brothers. This hill directed the wind. It was used to direct the wind even in their flight path as they were doing the first flight. We are in North Carolina, don't forget. The big Devil Hill at the the climb is steep at the Kitty Hawk Island, where the first flight ever happened. And we came here to commemorate 122nd years, 122 years of the flight, the first flight that happened on this exact day, because I'm recording this on 17th December. And I recorded this at within the time that the first flight happened, because the first flight happened on exactly at 10:35. So I came here by 10:30. I came here by 10. I was busy recording. I attended the commemoration ceremony that happened down there. That is basically the runway where the whole thing happened. We'll go down there. I'll show it to you. Yeah. And those two over there are the hangars. One of them is where they came to hang the aircraft, and the other one is where they used to live. So we'll go down there. That's where the real flight happened. I'll show you just a couple of flights that happened that day, and change history, the course of history. Okay, so this is the statue that commemorates their first flight. I'm really trying to climb it very fast. Beautiful. So these dunes really had them. They had them because the sea is on the ocean is on this side, right? If you keenly notice, there's the ocean on this side. On both sides, actually. There's the ocean on this side of the hill. Then at the back and the other side, there's also an ocean. Yes. So let's keep hiking. Really, really testing my endurance. This is not bad. This is North Carolina, in Kitty Hawk Island. I'm hiking the big Kill Devil Hill, which are the dunes that helped the Wright brothers. The earlier video, when I was showing the prototype is actually over there. It's behind the hill. That's where the prototype is. That event was created with bronze, and this is where the flight happened. Remember on that side, the video it happened on the other side of the hill. Yes. So this side of the hill, the one on this side, it's a national park, so it's a preserved area. It's a national park, of course. Yeah, it's really preserved and good. Government officials, the governor of North Carolina, no, it was the congressman, not the governor, sorry, congressman, and the students who were also walking the footsteps of the Hilton aircraft that flew today. But I was on TikTok live, so I didn't record the event live. So you realize it's an island, there was an ocean on this side, around the ocean, on the other side is the ocean. Okay, here we are. Let's start. The chief captain of this flight, Orville Wright, the guy who flight. This is Wilbur Wright is the guy who was cheering him. Of course, they both worked together as a team. And this is in commemoration of the conquest of the air. Wilbur Wright. So I with you. And I'll still mention and I keep talking about it. Where history happens, if you happen to get a chance. Okay, where history happens, if you get a chance, please be part of it. Wherever there's an opportunity, well, if you get a chance, be part of it. Support people who are visionary, who start up with something that you are around. Don't wait until the last time, the last minute after they've been successful. Then it's like, oh, I was also there. Today I've learned something very interesting when I came to this memorial park. That, of course, I knew that, but I knew that the Wright brothers were not only two. The Wright brothers were three. All of them staying in the same house with their family. The dad doing the bicycle repairs or fixing the bicycles, whatever they were doing, because they are bicycle mechanics. And only the two brothers happened in the history because they were focused on doing that. But guess what? Their third brother was not even involved, and he doesn't appear in any books of history. But guess what? There's a small boy who was living by the shores, fishing, catching fish, and living on the shores. The barefooted boy we saw there. He came when history was happening, and he became part of history. He came cheering on. He came to cheer the team, and he became part of history. But the brothers who live with them every day, I want to assume they were sharing a bedroom because the house is very small. You can see from those two houses. The house is very small. I'm sure they were sharing a room. He was not part of history. And you cannot say that he had traveled to the city because this place is still rural 122 years down the line. So this place is still a rural area. So it means he probably just did not partake of what the brothers were doing. And he doesn't appear in the, he failed to appear in the history books. But a boy, a passerby who came cheering them on, showed up in history. Support people when they start dreams, be part of them. Wherever there's an opportunity, don't complain about opportunities. Instead, embrace them so that history will remember you on the good side of it and you be on the good side of history. Wow, today I learned a very major lesson. I'm impressed. This is Chief Captain Ayu Miles and Moments. Follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going downhill, I'm going very fast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, comment. Walk with us. Walk with me as I show you historical places in Miles and Moments. Because Miles and Moments, we will go to where history will happen. Like today, in history, 122 years ago, history happened on this place. Miles and Moments has brought you here. Subscribe, like, comment, follow us, ring the notification button so that wherever our new video comes, you're part of it. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. This is the Wright Brothers Park Visitor Center. Let's see what it has to offer.
Summer jeans, hats up with sort of a coincide and that's super able to not support the Wright brothers, but also for the field of aviation. So we got 22 years.
These prototypes. I remember in one of the videos I told you that this thing is made of linen material. Is the wing made of linen material? It's basically cloth.
So seniors,
That's how daring
knowing that they can
these
do
guys were.
anything in the world they want to, and they just need to get after it now as well. Now look at what he said next, and I'm very happy with the props that you're taking as you're moving on. And I think
The little thing. This is the engine crankcase. This is how the engine looks like. They've taken the whole engine and incorporated with the glass side so that you're able to see in. The crankcase, for those who understand.
I'm going to take this pass again and just
It broke into pieces after the brothers' fourth flight.
it's going to look like and see.
Part of it survived. This one survived.
next year, I'd have really looked forward to see these 15 juniors step up into the senior leadership roles look forward to bringing new students on and how to keep that aviation spirit.
There you go.
By high school. It's been
This is the rim propeller. It broke though. This is the rim propeller 1903. Inside this glass tube, preserved. The real thing. The real thing means the real thing that was there. Engine 2.4.
That's why I'm like, I guess they did it.
I'll just passing the camera very fast. There are people who are not very friendly around me, so you don't want to record them. Yep. By the right, the real thing it means that is actual one that was there. This is a prototype also, but this is more of the prototype that happened. This is a real thing. The bicycle I have from 1903. Comes.
Well, just kept her sales on this.
Here are the dimensions of the aircraft itself. 40 feet, 40 inches long, 40 feet wingspan, 510 of course square feet, and 605 pounds. This is how the whole thing is. This is the exact size, how the whole thing looks like. It's made of cotton material, it's usually linen, and then of course the struts were wires, and then the sticks, and then you realize the engine that rotated had just the chains like a bicycle.
So last year, you gave the ability to tell the aircraft.
Chain like the bicycle.
We continue this year, we finished the cockpit itself.
So one chain went to the one propeller at the back, the other chain went to the other propeller at the back. Simple engine, 4-piston engine, line engine. The engine was made by a gentleman called sheer determination of all these guys. On 2nd October they made one, it didn't take off. 10th October they made one, didn't take off. 10th October, but 17th October it took. So this is where the monument was, that sand dune. That's where the practice of. In 2 days we made over 250 glides. These are the words of the pioneers of aviation. Don't give up. Don't give up. This guy started in 1901 until 1903. These are the new tools they use.
Is this all? Is this it's
They're the young boy who's catching fish and became part of history.
space.
Only 50 people lived here, 60 people lived here.
2, 6.
It is very wild. Maybe it's not.
Tuko wana sisi watu weusi tumekuwa kwa historia yao, wazungu tu ndio takani tuongeza na wataki kuandika kuhusu tulikuwa kuwa tunakuwa wewe siwahi kupigana nao ama kudanganya. Orville as a captain with Wilbur, captain in 542. Yeah, these are the older brothers who didn't even know during the vision. I am proud to be walking to the historical homestead of where the aviation was birthed. These two houses you see, wooden, right now you would easily call them shacks. These wooden houses, you see them, due respect, I cannot call them shacks because that's where history happened. I can never call them shacks. These two houses, wooden houses here, is where history happened. The house on the left is where these gentlemen used to live with their family, the Wright brothers, together with their sister. And this other one was their hangar. This is where the aircraft used to stay. So the older brothers did. Their sister at least was part of it. From the visitor center, you realize there's a lot of correspondence between their sister, who really was cheerful of them. But the other brothers didn't even care of what was happening, and they're not part of the history. So this is the hangar, and this is the workshop. This is where this dream was birthed and built. This is their homestead, where they used to stay. Upstairs and their bunker beds. The kitchen, stove, living room, the carousel, yeah, the dresser, boxes. The original gliders preserved in there, not allowed to go in. This is the original glider itself. Preserved there. Small curtain, so this defined their bedroom upstairs. So I could imagine them talking every night, late night, about the project. Yeah. This is outside now, the glider outside. This is a photo of this house here. This house. This house here. Oh, this inside the workshop there. House here, and they were working in. These two houses still stand here to date. Very, very happy to be part of this. I'm glad that this history has been preserved all these years. So here we go, the first flight. The board. December 17th, 1903. On a cold windy morning, the Wrights achieved the world first control flight here. They realized they only so. So you realize the first flight took 12 seconds, 150 minutes. The second flight took 12 seconds, 175 minutes. The third flight took 15 seconds, 200 feet. Then their fourth flight, which took 59 seconds and 852 feet. So this flight is birthed out of this flight. This is what commonly referred to. So on that day, they determined the bench you are looking at on the prototypes on the sides right here. And this is the exact site where it was. Remember telling you the back side was the prototype, and so this is exactly what this is stone, memorial stone. And the first stone by the first boulder, and the second flight, the third flight, and the fourth flight. Okay, so let's go. There. Yeah, this is where they start on this way. They start from this side. Realize there's a big glided that thing on a rail before me. Because don't forget, it didn't have wheels on it. So getting off had to be launched on the rail. And a dolly. So it is pushed on this rail. This is the exact site where the whole thing happened. Pushed on this rail all the way on a dolly. So when they say 120 feet, they mean from the last part it leaves the rail. This is where this thing is airborne. It's not fast flight. This is where it gets airborne. It went up to where those two buoys are, and then from here where it gets airborne to where these buoys is 120 feet. It's quite cool. Let me just record and move. Let me just record 1 minute. This is where they're 120 feet, 12 seconds. These are the first ones. There. So the second one. So this is the second flight. That's where the first flight ended. They did 4 demos that day. For the second one, took about the same 12 seconds. And I got 75 feet. So the prototype did break on the first flight, on the second flight. So the third flight landed up here. Don't forget, all of them are being launched from the same place. This is the third flight. It took 15 seconds and 200 feet. So you guys, you realize we're going to where the fourth flight lands. You realize one thing with this city. There's a place that was between the Wright Brothers realized control was there. So the moment they master the control of their prototype, that's when they were able to make it. You realize the first and the second flight took the same time, 12 seconds. But the distance kept increasing, 120 feet to 200 feet. So nobody had ever gone to the air and that knew how you can control a craft in the air. So from the first to the second, I guess Orville Wright realized how to control it. So he was learning it as time goes by because he was the pilot. Yes. So the distance kept increasing. The distance of flight kept increasing because he was mastering the control. was mastering the control. So you realize it increased from 120 feet to 200 feet to 175 feet to 200 feet within the same 12 seconds. And then now up to this 801 feet. So it was a success story. But before that, don't forget, 3 years prior, these guys made prototypes after prototypes. They failed so many times. But they did not allow failure to define them. They only took failure as a building block of their success. Because if you allow failure to define you, you live a failed life. But if you take failure and use it as a building block to what you're working on, regardless of the dream, believe you me, you'll make it. Then failure does not become your lifestyle. Failure just becomes part of your success. It defines your success. It helps you build the success even better because you come to realize how many times you come to realize many other times that you cannot do, or many other ways of not doing what you want to do. And eventually you come to realize what you want to do and how it's done. Wow. This is possible. This is the fourth flight. It took 59 seconds, almost 1 minute. 842 feet. Don't forget, it's the same day. You look at the day, it's the same day. This thing look at the same day. So, on this day, 17th of December 1903, is when aviation milestones. Right here. This is an airstrip. It doesn't use this runway, it uses the runway across the trees, behind the trees, right? You realize it's still using the same flight, but this gentleman lives 122 years ago. Why? Because the big Kill Devil dune and hill gave them a very good wind flow that really helped them to fly. Aviators, you know very well, for those who've flown an aircraft, for those who understand things about aircraft, you fly, you take off into the wind and you land into the wind. So wind is very, very important. And that is why that hill, the sand dune road, currently known as the hill, the big Kill Devil hill, is very important in this aviation journey, where the helipad starts. So you might be wondering why the sand dune? Because the wind control, the winds are very, very important. They're very, very important. Give you they'll accelerate your lift if you fly into the wind. They'll accelerate your lift. Then you will the same wind when you're landing in the wind. The same wind will help you now decelerate the flight as reduce speed as you're going to land. So wind to anybody flying is super important. So these boys, those years, discovered all that without any complex science. There wasn't complex science involved. The only thing is they believe in themselves, they look in the skies, and they dare to dream. Because they were making bicycles anyway. They would have just stuck to making bicycles. Probably would not be flying right now. But I'm very proud of them because as an aviator, I know what this means. Here, this is an aircraft, a real aircraft that was built by high schoolers and primary school kids of the local school who are being trained to walk in the journey of the Wright Brothers. I was here with them in the morning and they were very proud. I was very proud of them. This is really a so they'll flight in the afternoon today because they wanted to they were building to commemorate this day. Yeah, this is the school, the college where they made it from, but it's built with high schoolers. So the dream still runs on. They'll fly today at 4, according to their plan. built and it's been tested, it's flying, and they'll fly today to commemorate the 122nd years, 122 years of the Wright brothers. They're gonna fly it at 4, but at 4 would have left, so I don't think we'll be here to witness this fly. I met them, I greeted them, we talked with them in the morning. Earlier today, they'll be here at 4 to fly it. Beautiful. This is true a ground of history. 100 years and counting, 122 years and counting. History is still happening. History.
Miles in moments, miles in moments. All we have is miles in
State of Maryland.
feet on the ground, the wheels keep spinning. A map in my head, but the lines keep thinning. Clouds break apart like dreams unwinding. The road ahead, a story finding. Miles in moments, miles in moments. All we have is miles in moments, miles in moments, miles in moments. All we are is miles in moments.
So we've done 4 states.
Yeah.
We've done Washington, D.C., and then we did Virginia, and then we've done North Carolina, and then we've done Maryland. Sasa hapa DC, ndio sasa nasikia wilaya yangu kidogo, naacha ushamba kando. Now here I am in America. The environment, hakuna hapa Ukwisero.
Ukwisero libaki.
Sakamalokut, back behind, leave Uluya there, and then proceed as an American. This is the capital of America.
Tisi kwako la mutauni.
Exactly.
North Carolina ni Ukwisero.
Hapo sasa.
Miles in